Hey guys, it's SJ here, and we had a little bit of a glitch. I had Layla on a second ago, but for some reason the stream wasn't working, so I've just set up another one quickly, and I'm waiting for Layla to jump on board now. I'm in and ready. Okay, so right, I think she's here now. She's here now. Let's get you in. I'm already live straight away. Oh, I think we're live though now. It says that we're live, so it's working.
Fabulous.
Yeah. Technology is ace, isn't it? The last time we did this, it all went tits up as well. So that's it now. We had three. Yeah, right back in. Okay, guys, thank you for joining me live. This is also going to be the next podcast release and also on YouTube for you to watch back if you can't catch us live. If you are watching us live, you can pop any comments into the feed. This is being streamed on YouTube, the private Facebook group, and the beauty coaching page. So today, got a live interview with Layla. Now, very excited to do this interview because Layla is doing what all of us want to be doing. She's still building, she's still growing, and we're going to find out what is in line in the future for Layla. But I really feel that this was a really good interview to have, a live, raw, stripped back interview, because we're all in a position in business where we are wanting to level up, scale up, we're wanting to eliminate or reduce that time for exchange services, and Layla has done that. So welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the next raw strip back interview. I am here today with Layla, and we're going to find out Layla's story, where she's going, how she has built a global business through her passion of the permanent makeup industry. And I want to introduce you to Layla. So Layla, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
So happy for you to be here finally. So for people who don't know you, a lot of people that are in my group that I'm connected with, same as yourself, we come from the same background. They may already know you, but if they don't, please tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I'm a permanent makeup artist, stroke trainer. So I've been tattooing, I think, for 9 years now, permanent makeup. But originally I came from a beauty background. So beauty therapy will be coming up to 20 years, although I don't actually do beauty anymore. But about 20 years ago, I trained in beauty, fell into permanent makeup. I teach. I absolutely love teaching, sharing knowledge, and that was what led us to create the PMU Circle. So the PMU Circle is an online platform. It's a monthly membership for artists. Really, for two main things is ongoing and quality education, and that support.
Yeah. So what is it that, so very similar, because I've been doing, how old are you, Layla, if you don't mind me asking?
39.
39. So I'm like a year ahead of you. Again, straight from school to college, doing beauty, do all the beauty therapy, and then you do that for a while. Then you're like, I need more. I want either more money, more expertise, more about myself. Offer clients a little bit more. Went into permanent makeup. I did 10, 11 years ago. So pretty much similar journey. Yeah. So what was it for you that actually made you think that I'm loving permanent makeup? You were starting to, obviously, I'm guessing, going into the training side, but what made you think, you know what, I need to create something like the PMU Circle, something that is more scalable? What made you come to that conclusion with yourself?
Actually, it was more to do with because I'm so passionate about standards in the industry. And once I started teaching, I was doing a lot of one-to-one mentoring and masterclasses, and it just made me realise how poor some of the training courses are out there. I mean, I'd like to think I had quite a good introduction to permanent makeup with the training that I had. Theory, health and safety, everything was covered in very in depth. So when I was seeing other artists that didn't have this knowledge, it was like I just couldn't get my head around it. And then it's like, how are you tattooing and you don't even understand? Go on.
Who did you train with?
So Finishing Touches, I'd done my beginner course with, but it was with Ruth in Hornchurch, who's local to me. And the theory side of that training was just amazing. When I look back now on all the other courses I've done since, that side of it was amazing with those guys.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was actually me and Katie, my well, she was my PA, but now she pretty much manages the circle. We were sitting there having a chat, and she was like, Layla, like, you are on Facebook at 10 o'clock at night helping people that are not even your students. She's like, we need to do something where we can help people more in like a group environment, or, you know, how can we get that knowledge and that basic standard training that everyone should have out there. And that was kind of where the PMU Circle started. And in my head, SJ, I thought, do you know what? If I get 20 people join, that'll warrant my time to do some little videos and do some live training each month. And we just chucked it out there, to be honest. I had no content, no nothing, no platform. I was like, let's just whack it out there and see if anyone's interested. And little did I think we had about 400 people join in the pre-launch before we'd even actually put the content together. And then it was like, shit, I need to get my ass
now I've got to do some work. See, this is the interesting thing, and I think you've kind of touched on that it didn't drive you to think, right, I'm going to build an online platform, I'm going to be charging X amount, and I'm going to have all these members, and my goal is a financial goal, let's say, or a size goal. It was more about, you know what, the industry is, you know, excuse my language, a sack of shit with a lot of training, a lot of people that we see come out of the industry, and you were just sick of seeing that, and your passion then enabled you to create this. See, I was the same as you. My training in terms of the anatomy and physiology, that I felt there was more of that in my training than actual hands-on.
Yeah, hands-on, I needed more.
Yeah, definitely. But the anatomy and physiology, the home study, I trained with Karen Betts before she altered her training a lot more, where she had different tiers after that, but it was just one set all-round training. And I remember being in training for about 6 to 9 months. It wasn't a short live training course, whereas now people get qualified so much quicker. So there is a lot of artists that are coming in, and they might be so creative and be able to create the most amazing, you know, PMU work, but in terms of the knowledge of the skin, the theory, all of that, they've got no idea. And so it's really nice that you says that is where you thought you was helping people that much, and thinking, you know what, I've got to now create something a little bit more to, you know, to include people. So how long has PMU Circle been around then now?
So we are in our 3rd year now. This is 3 years.
3rd year. So it was like COVID then. It was locked. It was like
before. It was literally, we pre-launched in the November, and we officially launched January. And then I'm sure it was like the March or something that year that COVID hit. So in a sense, it was the perfect timing without even knowing it.
You couldn't have planned that any better, because obviously at that time people was panicking, but people had time. Well, they had time if there wasn't leveling up on business. So they had time. They was at home stressing about when they could touch clients again. So that was obviously a good time to actually start working on, you know, skills and things.
Online stuff. We've done lots of like Zooms in lockdown, because I've got the online shop. We've done like little lockdown boxes, and we was all doing mat work together. And
see, that's same as me. Yeah, I did a lot of stuff in lockdown. Obviously, that's when I launched my podcast. And then that's when I accidentally fell into the coaching. So I'd created things for myself, the subscriptions, the home kits. But then that's when I then started getting asked, okay, what are you doing? How are you earning money when you're not working? I now want a piece of that. And that's how my coaching developed. So yeah, the lockdown for me was a massive, massive positive. And I think that's really interesting, because a lot of people look back at lockdown as such a negative in terms of business, and so many businesses has failed. What are your views on that?
Do you know what? I actually think lockdown brought everyone together as well. Like, it really built that community in our industry. And I know for artists that just, you know, had their clinic and they've completely shut down, it was a very difficult time. But sometimes I think it's mindset, and it's rather than sit there and think, oh my God, I can't work, I feel, you know, feel sorry for yourself and mope on it. It's like, right, what are you going to do? you see so many trainers in lockdown. We was doing webinars and live Zooms, and like there was other ways, like you with your subscriptions and your skincare, and there was many other ways, but sometimes you've got to switch that mindset up a little bit.
You have. I think what people needed to have done more is realize that the clients are still there.
And a lot of clients are being furloughed.
Yeah.
Money coming in and they're sitting there with nothing to do.
Exactly. So they still need us. It's just how can I change the delivery? I can't touch them, but how can I keep their eyebrows looking amazing until they then come back? So there was so many opportunities, but you know, it depends if you got sucked into it or not. And I think for me, I got to a stage where, see, like I have not watched or listened to news since lockdown because I thought, you know what, I can't control what's happening. If I can't control it, I'm not gonna, you know, get sucked into it. Yeah, I know. And it still hasn't changed anyway, you know, the news now. We don't even know what's going off in the world, to be fair. So in terms of the PMU Circle, tell us a little bit about it, because obviously it is mainly for permanent makeup artists. Do you cater for the microbladers as well as the PMU? Is it newly qualified? What do you find your clientele is in that?
I would say we've probably aimed more towards, you know, artists that have newly qualified or maybe have been in the industry 1-2 years, but we have got more advanced modules on there as well. So I guess any PMU artist it would be suitable for, again, because it's like I see artists that have been trained 3, 4, 5 years and they still don't have a clue when it comes to the theory and that side of it. So I think no matter where you are in your career, you would still benefit from it. But I would say a lot of it would be more the newer artists coming into the industry. We do have some microblading modules on there as well. So it's suitable for bladers in the sense they've got the technical modules, but then like the colour theory, the health and safety, the mapping, all of that would still apply to them.
Yeah. So talking about, because obviously this is mainly about you and your journey. Okay. So if you was to rewind 5 years ago, okay, so pre-COVID to now, in terms of your work-life balance, your business, even your earnings, you know, because obviously you didn't expect this to hit off as well as it did. However, it has. How has that changed your life personally that you have created something like this?
Oh, it's literally been life-changing. Like before the circle, I was doing 12-hour days in the clinic. It was ridiculous. Literally, it was just, I never had a life balance. My relationship fell apart. I never spent time with my kids. I was just like work, pay the bills. So the circle's been life-changing. I now only do 2 days a week clients. I'll always still do clients because I love it. And that's where I get my little buzz. But I only, 2 days a week I do clients. I'm back to, you know, switching off of an evening. I hit a time and I'm like, right, I'm done, work's done, admin's done, finished, spending time with family again. And it's made a huge difference.
Yeah. And I think it's you have done what a lot of people dream of doing. You've created more timeless and spaceless income. So like I noticed you was on holiday. Was you on holiday, some time off last week or something?
I've been a bit cheeky this year. We've had quite a few holidays. But it's nice to be on holiday and know you've still got money coming in.
And you've still got earnings coming in, you know. So obviously, you know that I am like passionate about subscription. Any way that you can get some kind of subscription. Obviously, some subscriptions, if it's like downloadable content like yourself and like mine, you've got obviously more of a profit on that. But even subscription, even a guaranteed regular income coming into your business, you know, what does that do for your mindset?
It just takes that pressure off completely, doesn't it? Like, you just feel, I don't know how to explain it, but it's just knowing that is coming in every month before you've even started doing anything or you've even done all your marketing and everything. You know you've got it coming in. It's just, it changes that way of, I guess, that self-employed, what everyone's so scared about when they're self-employed, not knowing from one month to the next what you do have coming in. So then you work stupidly because you're so worried about what's coming in. So it just completely relieves all of that pressure.
Yeah, definitely. So what is the plan for you moving forward? Because obviously you're an entrepreneur, we don't stop. You know, you're not just sitting now saying, I've got, don't know, I've got 500 members, I'm done. I'm just gonna go back to, you know, where was your Santorini? I'm just gonna go back there and just let it all roll in. What is, you know, you've still got goals.
That's
So
what my mum said to me. She's like, what are you doing now? Why are you still going? Like, can't you just be happy with what you've got?
Because we can't stop.
We're just not built like that, are we?
So what is the plan? What is the next step for you?
So we are still focusing on growing the PMU Circle. We're changing it up a little bit at the minute. I've got some artists coming down for some live filming. Still keep growing and making that better. We've got a shiny new platform being built at the minute that I'm a little bit excited about.
Yeah.
And you know, like, you know yourself probably, like with online content, how quickly it becomes dated. So this is what I'm doing kind of this last part of the year, is going back and updating a lot of the first, because some of the first modules were like 3 years old. The filming wasn't as good as it is now, and the quality. So we've got that. I've actually just moved back. I've just shut my high street location down, which a lot of people are like, oh my God. And that was one of my biggest dreams, you know, to have my big high street clinic and academy. And I've done it. And I've gone back to a home salon.
Well, this is interesting. Why was that a dream? This is what really, I think as you get older, and obviously as you've created what you've created, but as you get older, you start to think, why do I need that big, shiny clinic with all the expenses, all the rent, all the maintenance and everything else? Why do I actually need all of that? What was it that made you want that?
Do you know what? Looking back now, I think why? What was the point? And when I was teaching, I needed the space for the beginner courses anyway. But I think it's more that you feel like you've proved yourself, or you feel like you're successful if you've got this. You look successful on the outside.
I was going to say, do you think, without sounding bad, but you know, a lot of people do it. They have a really nice flashy car, not because they like the flashy car, because it makes them
other people. Like, people would be like, oh, look at you, you're doing so well, you've got a lovely new shop and blah. But actually, when you look at how much you have coming in from that versus how much goes out, and where we are, we're London prices, and stuff. So I got to a point where I stopped my beginner training the beginning of this year so that I could focus more on the circle and the membership. And then, do you know what? I walked in there one day and I just thought, we don't need space anymore. Why am I paying £3,000 a month overheads 2 days a week?
Yeah.
And then
my overheads are like pennies. Like,
and I just thought, it's another pressure and stress that I don't need anymore. I did used to have all different artists working in there, renting beds, but that's a whole new stress game on its own.
And definitely.
But I was actually so excited to come back to my garage where it all started. I've done a full circle.
I love it. But the thing is, you're in a full circle, you've got a more streamlined business and you've got more money coming in. So does it matter?
And for me, again, it comes down to that time freedom. I don't, you know, we start businesses, don't we, to have time freedom, but actually you end up doing the opposite.
Yeah, definitely. So what would you say for anyone listening to this that is in the industry, obviously beauty, hair, PMU, and they are at that stage of kind of burnout? So they're at the stage of working the night times, working the weekends, you know, making ends meet, cramming people in to get the bills paid next month. What would you say to those people who are wanting to get a more streamlined business, more timeless, spaceless? What would you recommend? What were the steps that you would recommend them to take?
The first thing I've done that changed my life was get help.
Yeah.
You know, like, we think we can't afford to pay someone else, and you're doing everything yourself. You're up all night doing your bookings and you're back and forward with clients all day in between seeing clients. Get help, accept help. There'll be a point when you're that busy that you know you need help, and it's hard to lose that little bit of control, I think. I'm very much of a control freak, so giving someone else
most of us are
responsibility killed me. But definitely do that, start and get your evenings back. And I think you have to be really, really strict with your time.
Yeah.
You know, like if you block a day out, what I used to do, I'd block a day out, so I can't fit someone in. Oh, that's all right, I'll squeeze you in on my day off.
Yeah.
So I think you've got to be strict with your time, definitely, if you want to try and get that balance. It's something I've battled with my whole career of being in beauty.
But I think it's like you said about delegating and getting help. You know, women that are entrepreneurs don't let go. They don't let go. They want to do everything. But I say this to everyone that I coach. You know, if you don't learn the art of delegation, you don't learn to delegate the tasks that don't inspire, motivate, or energize you, and things that somebody else could do for a lot cheaper than what you could do if you did a client, you're never going to scale a business because you can't physically run a business, do your account, do all your bookings, do all your social media. You can't physically do all that. And if you don't delegate some of it, then you can't then move forward. So I think that's a real important point. And I think, like you said, you know, people that I'm coaching at the moment, you know, I believe that they could get to where they want to be eventually, but having help from me or having help from you from PMU Circle, they're going to get there 10 times quicker.
Definitely. Oh God, I wish this sort of stuff was available when I started 20 years ago, because it wasn't. I mean, we didn't have Facebook and that then. It was like yellow pages and leaflet dropping
and outside your salon door handing out leaflets. You know, but I that's one thing that I do think. Like, I've just turned 40. I think, God, if I could rewind like 7 years ago and just know what I know now, you know, but obviously all in hindsight.
Don't be I feel like I talk to a lot of artists, like, because I do like free little guidance calls and that with people from the Facebook group, and I feel like I talk to a lot of artists that are struggling. They don't know where to go or what to do, but then they're so reluctant to then invest, like with a coach, or so you can't progress if you're not going to invest in yourself and your business. I still invest in myself and my business now. Like, you can never know enough. I'm always paying someone something to help me somewhere. So you have to.
Important. Definitely. You have to learn to, like you said, let go of the tasks that don't inspire you and get help. Or invest in yourself, you know, because if you're not, somebody else is doing it. And it's a lonely industry, and we're all normally independent, just one of us. We haven't got a boss telling us to wake up early and get cracking with our email marketing. We haven't got a boss telling us that we have to post 3 times a day on TikTok. We haven't got somebody over our shoulder telling us all the time. However, if you outsource a coach, outsource a community or whatever, and be surrounded by these people, you've straight away got accountability. You know, I've just put in my Facebook group today that I'm doing a social media challenge because I want to do it. I want to be accountable that I am posting 3 times a day on TikTok, and I want to see how quick I can grow my following. So I have just said, right, who's with me? Okay, let's get accountable together. And because you've done that, you're going to commit, you're going to show up, because you'll be embarrassed if you don't.
Yeah, it's amazing how once you say something out loud to someone else, how accountable it does hold you, and it does give you that little kick up the bum, doesn't it?
You've got to do it, haven't you? You've got to do it. There's something I want to do, but I don't share it with people because then I'll have to do it, and I'm not sure mentally whether I'm ready. So that might come soon, but right now I'm not gonna. I'll say what it is. It's nothing work related. I want to start doing the ice plunge baths every morning.
Do you know what? I was talking to someone about this the other day. I was like, do they really work? Is it really worth it? And she was like, oh my God, it's amazing.
I know, but I just think I'd buy one, I'd get all revved up, and I'd be like, tell everyone I'm going to do it every morning, and then I'd do it one morning, and then I'd sell it on. Especially now because it's getting dark in the morning and it's cold, it's colder outside. So I've not made myself accountable to that, and I've just said it's an idea.
An idea. She's pondering on it.
I'm pondering on it. So any other tips that you would say? Obviously, you said it was your passion that led you to what you have created. And I think this is a really important part when somebody's trying to scale the business is not focusing on the quick wins. You know, you wasn't focusing on, I need this amount of clients to then replace that revenue and I just need the pennies. That is a real big thing that people, they chase the shiny object syndrome, they chase the quick wins, and that's not going to work, is it?
No, and do you know what? Listen, we're all here to earn money, right? We all set up a business to earn money. But I genuinely do believe that if you are passionate and about what you do and you care about what you're doing, you're going to be successful. Yeah. So I think, scrap that. Then, and it's like socials when, you know, like if you've got a quiet week, sometimes I see people that are like posting in desperation, like 50% off, and that portrays that to clients. I feel like, I think try to just, definitely try to think long term, and building a business, it's not a quick thing. It does take a lot of time, a lot of dedication. You have to be patient.
Yeah. Years sometimes.
Yeah, years. God, it took me years to be fully booked as just an artist.
Yeah.
Not just an artist, but you know what I mean. Like, it took me years to be fully booked.
Definitely. And I think this is where one of the biggest tips that I got when I started changing my business on my direction, the coaching side, was having a cash buffer. And people look at this really lightly, but if you have got a safety net sat there in your account, knowing that you could work for you could pay your bills for another 6 months, if it all went tits up, it then releases that mindset of quick wins. You then will truly stay focused. And I've said this to a lot of people that I've coached. I'm like, don't pay me to coach you if you are literally putting all your pennies with me. Okay. Yeah. You need to make sure that you have got that safety net there, so then you can fully go down the route of following your passion, following your niche, knowing your avatar, and then scaling from there, because people will become desperate.
Definitely. And I think as well, it's important not to compare yourself with others, because we all do it, you know. And I was talking about this on a Zoom the other day, like what you see on social media is not real. I know a lot of artists that say they're fully booked till next year, but they're not. It's a marketing tactic. But then it makes you feel inferior. Why am I not fully booked? So I think just stay in your own lane, focus on you, focus on your business. I have no idea really what people are doing around me anymore. I don't even look.
This is what I've also been telling a lot of my following now is, do not follow other artists. Follow a selected few if you really like the work and you feel that they can help you in the development, but don't go down the route of following all the artists in your area, because, well, one, it's not great for your algorithms anyway, because you're then not going to be finding your true avatar, your true client. But you're going to be seeing posts like this and thinking, shit, why aren't I fully booked?
And it just makes it feel awful. But half the time it's not real anyway.
All smoke and mirrors. Yeah. So just stay really, really, really focused. And I think it's about everyone's got a specific passion in the industry. Like, obviously your eyebrows is your thing, isn't it? Eyebrows is your main thing. Eyebrows, if I was pushing my PMU side and continue to level up on that, it'd be eyebrows. But skin really fascinates me. Skin really fascinates me, and just helping people's businesses. So I would never be influenced if I'm on social media all the time and I'm seeing a new treatment that's coming out, or a new shiny object syndrome. I'm never going to be influenced by that. It's like, you know what? I'm not really interested in lips. It's not. I don't want them clients. I want these clients. So I think you can easily be swayed off the track of where you want to go.
Yeah, do you know what as well I find? It's if you're not as busy as you want to be yet, rather than keep pushing forward with what you're pushing forward with. So if it's permanent makeup, I find that everyone then starts adding in all these extra treatments. Because they think it's going to bring them more money. But that's exactly, I mean, I done it. When I done beauty, I trained in, I even done hairdressing. Like, I was jack of all trades. I done everything. But it was actually when I decided that permanent makeup was going to be my focus and where I wanted to go, I stopped and cut out all of my hair and beauty. That was when I got busy, because that was what I become known for. So sometimes it's just being a little bit patient and just pushing forward with where your passion is.
Yeah. And I think this relates when you put like posts out on social media, you know, if you are trying to get everybody, your content that goes out there doesn't hit home with anybody. It's too generic. It's too generic. So if you say, oh, I can help every single skin type, I can treat your acne, pigmentation, aging, 18-year-old skin, whatever, then people reading that are not going to relate. Whereas if you do a post specifically about, do you find that your makeup runs off the skin throughout the day because it's shiny all day and you find that you're having to reapply throughout the day, then these people with really oily skin are going to read that and think, God, yeah, that's me. Yeah, so, it relates with everything. But I see desperation on Instagram daily, and it's quite dangerous, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is, definitely.
So so let's talk about people. Obviously, you spoke about learning, asking for help. That's a big thing that you would say. But where I think a lot of people fall down is the tools that are available to help streamline your business. Because like we said, if you're quite old school, like we've done it before, messaging clients back and forth, paper diary, taking bookings, ringing up, taking a card payment over the phone, what do you recommend in terms of streamline the business, and how's that changed your business?
Oh, so we use Avato, and it pretty much does everything. It's on, your clients can go on. I mean, we still talk to clients. I like to keep that bit of personability with them, so it's not, but it's on the website. They can literally go straight on and book an appointment if they want it, take the deposit automatically. All of our consultation forms are sent automatically. They get aftercare email automatically. They get a check-in. They get a happy birthday automatically. Like, it literally automates every part of the clinic. Yeah. And you can pull all your reports off of it for your accounts. So that's just something so simple like that. I think it's about £30 a month for a solo artist, but it's worth every penny when you look at
that will save you at least a couple of hours a week, at least. Yeah. I've done that with all parts of my business, and even down to like collecting Google reviews, because the amount of time we'll say, oh, I'm going to work on Google My Business today, and you then start messaging all your clients to get a review. Everything is automated right down to 12 months time when they're due for maintenance. Yeah. And then the link gets sent, they click it, and a fresh consultation form gets sent to them. So I still have that personal connection with my clients. I connect with them on social media, but I don't have to think about printing aftercare. I don't even know if I can print aftercare. I've not got it's on there somewhere, my computer somewhere. Like the old days where we used to print it and staple the eyebrows, it's all that time, you don't have to do that. But some people are still stuck in that trap of taking payments over the phone, doing consultations on the treatment day as well. That's another half an hour.
And I find when I talk to people about automating, a lot of artists, they're so scared to release that control of their diary. They like to book their diary. But with the software that's out there now, so even Avato, like, you'll put your rota in, so you can put your breaks in, you can set it so that you can't have someone book at the start and then the end of your day. They have to book like consecutive appointments.
Yeah.
You can still really control it, but you're still automating it.
Yeah. But do you think it puts a lot of people off because it's the tech side of the business and this is not what they want to do?
Yes, maybe, yeah.
Which is why people need to outsource and get a coach.
Exactly.
I have a training platform that will teach you how to do all of that, or I can do it for you. I like that side of it. I like setting up all the automations.
I hate it. I delegated that to Katie. That was her job.
I do like it. I'm on with doing funnels for people at the moment. Have you ever used ClickFunnels before?
No. Do you know what? We are a little bit old in this, in the sense that we still use MailChimp. MailChimp was my original platform. So all of our like funnels and sequences and everything, they're all still on MailChimp, because for me, the thought of shifting it somewhere else.
Yeah, maybe you need me. Maybe
I do.
No, I use a lot of funnels as well. So obviously, like, it's like a landing page, and you can have like your upsells and stuff on. So I'm doing that a lot for people that are creating PMU courses, brow mapping courses, where it kind of then goes in. They've got a chance to upsell to get a manual version or the online version. And it's just it's using all these tools in the background, which I know nobody likes doing, but this is what's going to free up time and also give you that more scalable income. when it comes to like scaling your business, obviously, if you've got new artists coming in, do you believe there's it's a tricky one, this one, because obviously you see a lot of people that have just qualified, do eyebrows, for instance, then 6 months later, they're teaching people how to do eyebrows, okay? So I'm not meaning them as such, but do you feel that no matter what part of your journey in terms of your career of doing whatever service you're doing, do you think you've got things to offer to people coming in?
Always. Yeah.
There's always something, isn't there? And this is where a lot of people think, well, I've not been qualified long enough. But there's always something that can be shifted down, which can, you know, and I think I always just think to myself is, remember what you're like when you first left training, when you came out and you had your, you know, your PMU, your stupid PMU machine. Oh, what do you use now? What do you use?
I'm using mainly the Bishop at the minute, the wand.
Oh, okay. I use the Zion. I use Bishop needles.
I love my Zion. Still got my Zion. That was my first rotary machine, but I still love it.
Yeah, but this is the thing as well. This shows the development because, you know, how sturdy and amazing they are. But then when you come out, it's like spend 20,000, not that amount, but spend 5,000 on this device which shows you your lips, and then crap, aren't they? But you only can buy needles from us, and the needles are 10 times the amount as your tattoo needles. And we just get sucked into it.
But good marketing, SJ. Very good marketing.
Oh, very good marketing. But this is what I'm saying. People that just come out and know this early can teach people. No, okay, you don't need that.
Actually, I had, when I was doing my beginner courses, one of my students, she maybe only been qualified about 6 months. She started offering like little case study days. So students that were doing case studies before they were qualified could go to her and she would be there whilst they'd done their case studies as a little bit of moral support. So she wasn't like years and years of experience, but she'd been through it and knew that sometimes just having someone there is all you need.
Exactly.
So I think she used to charge like 30 quid and then you come and rent a little space and she would be there the whole time. And what an amazing idea.
Amazing idea. See, you could even go down the route of, you know, preparing you for your case study. You know, actually sitting down with someone and saying, right, this is what's going to happen in your case study. You know, I'll be here with you on the day, and then prepare. See, there's always something, and people think, well, I've not been qualified long enough. I don't know how to create a more scalable income, but there's always something. So what is next for PMU Circle or for you? Obviously, you're back in your little garage in your home clinic. So your overheads have dropped dramatically. So
I've lost all my overheads other than my staff, but I've kept Katie and Danielle will have to, I think I wouldn't survive without Kate. So wherever I go, she's coming with me.
Do you take on holiday though? Do you take on holiday as well?
Well, we was actually talking next year. We could work from anywhere for the circle. We was talking about maybe should we go like get a little villa or something for a few weeks next year in the summer and work abroad. So it's in the pipeline. But it's that freedom, and especially now that we're not tied to the clinic as well. No one has to be anywhere. I'm only working by appointments only, obviously. So we've got a lot more freedom.
Yeah, which is the goal, right? That's the goal for everybody.
Finally reached that goal.
And you're only 39, not even 40, and you've got there.
Yes.
This is the goal for a lot of people that follow me, and I think a lot of people don't think it's possible. You know, like I've not recently, but I coached quite a few hairdressers back in lockdown, and they're like, "Well, I do hair. How can I actually make that scalable when I have to touch hair?" But I trained somebody. I was talking about this the other day actually, and what did she create in lockdown? She created a 5 easy hairstyles to sell to men to do for the daughters. And we brainstormed it for a while. And she says, what can I do? I'm like, right, okay, we're in lockdown. And at the time, I'd just split up with my husband at the time. And I always remember they used to come back looking like a bag of shit. Yeah. Really, I'm like, just please learn how to do a plait. And we just brainstormed a little bit, and she loved doing put-ups. I'm like, could you do like a 5 simple hairstyle guide and sell it single men? How many men would purchase that for 50 quid, download it online, watch the videos, and then be able to send the daughters back with perfect hair? And so there's always something. People think that you still have to do that time for money exchange, but it's like anything can be scalable.
It's thinking outside of the box. And this is why I love coaches, because just to sit and do that, like back and forth and brainstorm with someone, you don't get them ideas on your own a lot of the time.
You don't. You've got to be, and this is a really important thing as well. You know, I had a business networking event yesterday. You've got to surround yourself with other people, entrepreneurs that are wanting to level and scale up, because that's where you learn so much, and you don't get sucked into the shiny object syndrome of what you're seeing on social media. You are working and connecting and finding out ideas and seeing how you can change it for yourself. I did a lot of work with a face painter. She does face painting, so it's all weekend, Saturday, Sunday. She's got family. She didn't want to do it anymore, and she's completely changed her business, like earning money hand over fist, getting all these people trained and then out on the fairs and stuff, and it's all done in the background, automated. It's like absolutely amazing. So if a face painter and a hairdresser, PMU artists can create that more spaceless and timeless income, it can be done.
Amazing. And I feel like as well, sometimes we think, oh, but that's already been done, or she's already doing that, or I can't do that. But actually you can, because people buy people, don't they? And if you do, let's say if someone else now goes and creates the circle, it still won't be the same. They'll have their own spin on it. It'll be different content. So I'm not saying I'll go and create a circle, but it's like the same with artists. Like, yes, there are a lot of PMU artists out there now. Yes, there are a lot of PMU trainers out there now. But people will come to you for you. Don't ever be put off doing something because the girl up the road's doing it.
Yeah. But I also think an interesting point on this is you always think there's a lot of you, because say with social media, if I'm putting content up on there about beauty business coaching, I see a lot of beauty business coaches. However, in reality, there's not many.
Yeah.
When I talk to processes. Exactly. When I talk to Joe Blogs and strangers, they're like, oh, I've never even heard of that. They've never even heard of what you do. Somebody who doesn't know anything about permanent makeup. However, there's so many trainers. There's loads, but it's only you that know there's loads, because on social media, this is what it's going to be showing you. So people see so much thinking, God, it's been done. Somebody's already there. They do it. They have it. I can't do that. But it's only getting shown to you because that's the content that you're putting on social media. Whereas on a whole bigger scale, there's not many.
No, not when you look at how many people there are. Like, it's crazy. But yeah, don't definitely. And
the thing is, like you say, it's the know, like, and trust. Like, I'm not the coach for everybody. I've got a very direct, firm, quite bossy approach when I coach. Some people don't like that. Some people love that. So, everybody will let you. What? Sorry.
I love that. Just tell me what to do.
I do swear a lot. I've just actually been voice noting someone I'm coaching today. She's been trying so hard to create a video. She needs to create a video for something that she's got something exciting coming, and she keeps sending me this video, and I keep sending it back saying it's not right. No, you need to change that. You need to change that. You need to change that. And she's just sent me one now, and it's perfect. And my voice note to her was, "Fuck yes, you've done it." And she's like, thank you so much. So I could scare some people. But that's the kind of approach that I've got. But people are buying you as a person, and that is the most important thing. So if you stay in your own lane, I think what we've established from this interview today, if you stay in your own lane, you have got true passion in what you do. You know your niche. You know the clients you're wanting to serve. Go with that and just eliminate all the fluff and all the noise around you. But I think Layla is an absolute amazing example of using a passion to create a global business. That's amazing, Layla. Like, it's a global business. You've got people worldwide on your platform, right?
Yeah, all over.
And 3 years ago, you was working 12 hours a day, no life, in the rat race of time for money exchange, and now you are in Santorini last week, God knows how many holidays this year, and got money coming in.
Yeah.
Okay.
So don't wait until you're ready. That's all last thing I'm going to say is don't wait until it's perfect.
It will never be perfect.
It will never be perfect. If you've got an idea and you want to do something, just get it out there, like what we done with the circle. I had no content. I had nothing. I didn't even have a platform built yet. We started in a Facebook group. That was how we started. But if I never done that, I never would have ended up. If I kept waiting and waiting and waiting, I don't think I ever would have actually launched it. So
No.
sometimes you just got to run with it.
It's never going to be perfect, because even you looking back in 3 years' time on what you've got now in the PMU Circle, you'll be picking that to bits and you'll be wanting to change it. I've looked at some of my old content and my old courses, and the way I speak on camera, I'm like, oh my goodness, that's awful.
Yeah.
Like, that's not.
I remember the first module we done, right? I couldn't afford a videographer at this point. I couldn't afford, £1,500. So I was like, fine, we could do it. Do you know what? We tried so many ways of filming a treatment. I ended up with a GoPro stuck to my head.
Did you?
I was like, they need to see what I'm seeing, but wherever the camera was, my head was in the way. So I was like, great, just get a GoPro.
See, there's always a way.
When I look back now, I'm like, yeah, that's got to be refilmed.
See, what I want to see, I don't want to see that angle. I want to see the angle of you with a GoPro. I need that for bloopers.
We literally tried everything.
Oh dear. So any final words from you for people that are watching, that are ready to kind of scale up in business? Any final words from yourself?
Just do it. I think just run with it. Life is too short to worry about things. And just do it. Just do it.
You'll learn from your failures more than your successes. This is a big thing as well. That is how we grow as individuals and in business. But I think the most important thing to take away from today is that it can be done. If you're a PMU artist, you're a hairdresser, you're a nail technician, lash technician, you can create a more scalable, timeless, streamlined business. But you've got to learn how to delegate. You've got to learn how to ask for help, and you've got to invest in yourself. Definitely. And I'm not talking of becoming a course junkie and get that shiny object syndrome, because like Layla said, you just keep moving your money pot. You don't actually earn any more money. You've still got to put in the same amount of time. So it's really focusing on your niche, pushing that passion forward, and getting help to move you forward, getting accountability.
Definitely. If you don't know how to do something, ask someone, pay someone.
Yeah. And this is the thing as well, I outsource a lot of my social media. If I was to do it myself, it'd take me days.
Yeah. I've actually just found someone on Instagram. I've got so much online content that I could use for reels and stuff, and I don't have time to do it. So he's like, right, I can, just put them in Dropbox, and it's like $5 for a video or something, whatever it was. And then every month he gives me 20 reels. Just there you go. It's like, brilliant. How much time that saves me? It's worth it.
Yeah. See, I do that with my content. I film about 4 videos a month, upload them. They then make reels, videos, posts, polls, blogs, and then it's literally then distributes on every single platform, all 7 platforms over the month. I then just have to engage, and I should spend time to engage with my audience. So, you have to learn what parts of the business to delegate, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Layla, thank you so much for joining me.
Right, what a lovely way to spend my Friday.
No, I know. What you got planned for today? Anything nice?
Well, I've just got some admin to do, and then I'm going to go and get in the garden. I might even get in the garden whilst I do the admin.
Get in the garden. Oh, we've got a comment. Really useful content. Thank you, guys. It says from Facebook users, so I don't know who you are. So just pop your name in, please. Really enjoyed the live. So anyone else that's watching this on replay, add any comments in, and you can tag Layla in, or I'll tag her in, and we can answer any questions. But this was mainly, I want this to be an inspirational story to you guys. I wanted you to see. Have I got an echo? Oh no, I thought an echo then. I wanted you guys out there to see that this can be done. If you have got these long-term goals, it's making sure the direction, the rough direction you're going to go in, and you work towards that. And it can be done. You can get out of that time for money exchange, and you can scale up in business. So Layla, thank you so much for joining me. It's been an absolute pleasure having you.
Thank you for having me.
Bye, guys. Bye.
Bye. Later.